And that's not all. China is also wooing Latin America. Beijing has launched a new initiative. It's called China-Latin America Cooperation for a New Era. What does that mean? Simply put, it means trade, power, and politics. Let's start with trade. In 2022, bilateral trade between China and Latin America reached $387 billion. That's a record, an increase of more than 21%. China is now the region's second largest trading partner after the United States. It is also the first non-US country to reach a free trade agreement with the region. This happened in 2004. The China-Latin America trade relationship looks very promising, but there are some challenges. For example, China's exports to Latin America are 5 times more than its imports from the region. That's a big gap. Also, most of the trade is concentrated in commodities. China buys a lot of raw materials from Latin America, like soybeans, beef, copper, iron, ore, but the value addition is mostly done in China. So there is potential to do more, to diversify trade, to move beyond commodities. The second pillar of this new cooperation is power. China and Latin America share many challenges. They face geopolitical tensions, economic sanctions, climate change, so they want to work together on these issues. For instance, in the area of climate change, Latin American countries have vast renewable energy resources like solar, wind, biomass, but they lack the technology and the capital to develop them. China can help with that, has the technology and the money. So this partnership can unlock green energy potential in Latin America. Then we come to the third pillar, politics. There are 2 important aspects here. One is peace and security, another is development. Let's talk about peace and security first. Most Latin American nations are wary of the US military presence in the region. It's a legacy of the Cold War. So naturally, they've welcomed China's proposal for a security dialogue. Now, China's intentions here are not very clear. On one hand, it is pushing for peaceful development in Latin America. On the other hand, it is cozying up to some of the most repressive regimes in the region. For example, in Nicaragua, where the Chinese ambassador attended the inauguration of a president who came to power through a controversial election. Then we come to Venezuela. Despite US sanctions, China is the largest crude supplier to Venezuela. It is also involved in the country's biggest infrastructure project in years. The China-backed Maduro regime is a classic example of how Beijing operates in the region. Talk about peaceful coexistence. This does not even ring true for China's all-weather ally, Cuba. In 2022, China's ambassador to Cuba said that his country supported the Cuban government's socialist system. Clearly, China's intentions in Latin America are not very clear. Its actions contradict its words. Wine is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.